Let's get into this video here. So, latest on Project L, the dev diary. It's been a couple months since our last one, and before that, it was like a long time. So, yeah, right here, like about 8 months ago since the last update. So, see what they have in store. First thing off the bat, we do see them using a hitbox, which is good because I play on a hitbox. And let me close that out really fast. It's good to know that it's going to be supported and whatnot. So, yeah, let's see here. Ari! Echo!
Hey folks, Tom here, back with a quick update on Project L, Riot's upcoming 2D fighter. Last November, we dropped an update showing off some core game concepts and our rebooted art style. Honestly, showing off the game this early was a little scary, and we're grateful that so many of you were so excited.
Oh yeah, everybody was like blown away by it.
So sick.
Your reactions and excitement gave us the reassurance that we're headed in the right direction.
Yes!
Hey, they got Kenny on there
In
too.
this update, I'll talk about what's been happening in the team over the past few months and what's coming next.
Yes, give us some juicy
Last time
details.
I shared that we've honed in on our gameplay as an assist-based fighter with 2 champs per team. We're finishing up our work on core mechanics now, and a lot of the team has moved on to building
Jinx, wake up mashing.
or building around game features like competitive play and our social system.
Oh, Ari looks so fun.
One of our goals is to remove as many barriers as possible from you enjoying Project L. We want you to be able to play no matter where you live, what your
Yes.
skill level is,
Free
or
to
how much money
play.
you have to spend on a game. To that, I'm happy to confirm that Project L will be free to play. If
Hey.
you played a Riot game before, this probably won't come as a surprise. Our team is made up of fighting game veterans and folks who are passionate about serving the FGC. And we operate with one approach. If we wouldn't like it, we won't do it. When it comes to monetization, we promise to be respectful of both your time and your wallet. Also, the team has put together a blog post to give you a sneak peek on development of a new fighter
Yes,
in
free to
Project
play,
L.
T, free to play.
Alawi, the Kraken
And there it is
priestess.
confirmed. Alawi
The
is
spiritual
playable.
leader of her people, Alawi is a physical powerhouse who tests the strength of souls for her tentacled god. Check out the post for more details on how we're approaching character development and how Alawi will look and play in Project L. That's all from me for now, but I'll be back later this year with one more update. Before
So,
I sign off, this
wait.
weekend is EVO.
Yes.
To everyone heading out to the event, stay safe, good luck in the tournaments, and try not to drown in pools.
Okay, so he says later this year, and like technically Evo, since it is later this week, that is technically later this year. So yeah, I'm expecting something else, something crazier at Evo in terms of announcements, since they will be there and whatnot. Yeah, definitely. I know there's so many people that want to play Project L that are kind of like put off by fighting game price tags, and like a perfect example of it was just released last week, or I guess in the open beta or whatever you want to call it. Multiverse is free to play. Yeah, it's a platform fighter and all that stuff. But I mean, the numbers on Steam peaked at like something crazy, like 150 to 160,000 concurrent players, and that's not even including console, since it is like crossplay and whatnot. But yeah, the free to play aspect of it, and we all know how like how well I want to say Riot handles free to play, so it's going to be very exciting, and I'm very much looking forward to how they're going to implement it with the fighting game. I'm assuming it's going to be like a rotating roster and stuff like League. To monetize it, skins is the easy choice. Battle Pass for cosmetics, whether it be some sort of customization to your profiles and whatnot. Stages, and of course, if you want to unlock characters right away, then you would just either play the game. I'm sure they're going to have some way to unlock characters that way, or they will be able to just buy it straight out. So like if a character comes out at the start and you're like, I don't have the currency for it, or I don't want to wait to unlock it, like just by playing free to play, you could just throw some money at them and whatnot. But yeah, Multiverses, I have no interest in playing it myself, but it is impressive, the numbers that they brought in for, I guess, say a fighting game of that nature and whatnot. So yeah, I'm really, really optimistic with the path that they are taking with free to play entry to this fighting game and the fighting game genre in general, because it's hard to justify getting somebody to spend $50 to $60 on a new game in terms of they don't know if they'll like it. or they might just play it for like a week or two and then stop playing it, and it's just kind of like that's it. And that's not even like taking into account for like DLC and future season pass characters and whatnot, which you'd have to spend money on too. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Is definitely going to change the game. I'm expecting this to like blow multiverses out the water in terms of like numbers, at least during the first couple of weeks and whatnot. But it's going to be nice. They really level out yet, right? Yeah. It's funny because just playing Rune King recently, how Alawi's just like a big focal point of it so far, at least for the first half of the story. And then just a whole bunch of other stuff. I think they even did a project Dev, what would we call it? Yeah, they wrote up a whole article on Alawi. I haven't read it yet, but pretty much from what I've seen, you got like your concept art, and I think further down it explores kind of like how she plays in this game. From what I know, she's not a zoner. That's all I saw from it. Let me throw out some music while I reread this. What was the last fighting game you played, T? If I remember right, we talked like recently, and you weren't like into like fighting games that much. Yeah, like MXA. MXA is also like excited to play because of their free entry to barrier and whatnot. Because MXA has been trying to like play a game with me for like the longest time, but like everything I play, they don't play. So it's just like kind of hard to get into. So this might be like the first thing that we can get into with a lot of the community and whatnot. Anyways, Alawi's goals. Oh, you play multiverses? Who do you play? If I were to play multiverses, I'd probably either play like Shaggy, Tom and Jerry, or Velma. And no, I don't know. I don't really have any interest in platform fighters. Like the last one I played was freaking Super Smash Bros. Melee on GameCube, like when it first came out. Other than that, no, I've never played like Brawlhalla. I've never played. I think there's like one other like big platform fighter. I never played, of course, the recent. It was a Smash Ultimate. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's cool to see the numbers and all that stuff, and it gives me promise and even more excitement for Project L or whatever they're gonna wind up calling it. But yeah, I have no interest in playing multiverses myself. Unless they like add some crazy character that is like tailored to me, that's something that I would like, and I don't even know what. Like the only thing I could think of is maybe like Samurai Jack, but even then, it's just kind of like, I'll just watch people play it and enjoy it instead of playing it myself. Alright, Alawi's goals. Alawi fights alongside her god, Naga Kaboros, which is funny because we are just playing Rune King and it's mentioned so many times in that game. A constant looming threat that Alawi feels supported by an opponent's spirit. Slow but always in motion, so she's kind of a sluggish character. Alawi's always moving and she punishes those who are motionless. This is one of her key beliefs of her god, and we wanted to represent this through her gameplay. Overwhelming pressure. Once Alawi puts the opponent in a position where they get hit or need to block, she is relentless, forcing her opponent to make a move. Okay, so I'm wondering when we do get more mechanics within this game, if there are going to be some sort of like burst mechanic or like a yellow RC mechanic, kind of like in Guilty Gear. Or if it's going to be something like DNF Duel, where it's like a guard break where you have to have a certain amount of resource to be able to just like, hey, get off me, to create space for yourself if you are getting pressured along those lines. Your biggest problem is that you have to buy characters if I want to play the matches. Yeah. So, in actuality, with like Riot, just from what I've played personally, whether it be League or Valorant, it is easy. It's fairly easy to unlock characters. Just you play the game and assume. Okay, it is going to be a 2v2 based fighter, so you already know the roster is going to be like fairly on the bigger end on release and whatnot. Plus, they have so many characters to select from. They have a lot. So there should be a lot on rotation. Like, I get the game is free, so they need money, but like, I don't know. I don't think you're gonna have to worry. I'm like being super like optimistic about it, but just judging from past Riot games, yeah, and I've played a lot of them over the years, it's you'll be fine. You'll be totally fine. If they do even anything something similar like Valorant, you make a brand new Valorant account and stuff, you play for a little bit and you're able to just like pick and choose like I think 2 or 3 characters that you want to unlock from the get-go. I don't know if they changed that since, but yeah, if they do something like that. And I played a little bit of their card game too, and it's like you pretty much like get your hand held through it and you're able to unlock stuff fairly easily as well. So yeah, you should be fine, D. Because like he said here, they are trying to make this like as easily accessible as possible without breaking your wallet.
What your skill level is. From
yeah, where is it?
We want you to be able to play no matter where you live,
right
what
here.
your skill level is, or how much money you have to spend on a game. To that, I'm happy to confirm that Projectile will be free to play.
So the fact that he says he wants it as accessible as possible, that's very, very insightful. So I don't know. I say have a big optimistic overlook on it. That at least that's how I'm feeling right now. And they are pretty much masters at like the free to play model when it comes to all their games and their wide genres. So, all right, Alawi's guardrails. Alawi is the powerhouse. Nagakaboro's has her back. Alawi's physical strength is her main source of power, and the tentacles from her god are there to assist, not replace. Nagakaboro's is not the star of the show. Okay, so like a lot of the tentacles and stuff are kind of like an aftermath. I'm sure that she is going to have some moves that will implement it, whether it's ending attack strings and whatnot, with some sort of move like a tentacle will lead into like a hard knockdown, or you could do some sort of like set play. Maybe you knock them down and you're able to just like kind of summon a tentacle for kind of like some support on wake up and whatnot. Krulith, hello, hi. Do you have any? I know you're big on League of Legends, but are you excited at all about their fighting game that's coming out? Because that's kind of like what we're talking about right now, and I'm like big excited. There's so many characters that I hope make it in, and I'm just like, please give us more news. All right, simple and straightforward. Alawi's power fantasy comes from her from heavy semi-short hits, heavy long hits, and simultaneous staggered hits from tentacles. But not from the complexity of managing the state of many entities. Not a puppet master, so it's not a puppet character. Alawi shouldn't feel like she is ordering around her god. She can control the tentacles from her totem, however, independently, spawn tentacles should feel like gifts, not privileges. Alawi doesn't get to spam these without earning them. Okay. So they do like act on their own for the most part, but like to get them to summon, so it's gonna be like a reward. If you do go in, you get your move off, you will be rewarded with tentacles. Not a zoner. Alawi doesn't want to keep away the opponent with tentacle hits. She wants to create openings to allow her to leap in and deal damage herself. So despite her being kind of like a sluggish, slow character, as it was stated, she is going to be able to just be all in. Very heavy pressure, so I'm assuming it's going to be something similar to like Darius. Like Darius will have some like keep away with the range of his axe and whatnot, but once Darius is in, good luck. Good luck defending. Yeah, many tentacles. Definitely. You didn't even know they were coming out with something like, oh yeah, it's been announced. I want to say 3, 4, maybe even 5 years ago. Oops, sorry. Project L. When was their very first update on it? About 2 years ago is when we like got our first glimpse of it. And then our last update was about 8 months ago. So it took about 2.5 years. I mean, when was this, oops, wrong one. When was this announced? 2019 is pretty much when it got leaked. Or not leaked, but like shown that they were working on a fighting game.
A while from this game.
Because we do know Katarina is confirmed, just from the concept art and whatnot. We do know Ashe is confirmed as well.
we've been.
And it looks like totally different. I mean, yeah, you could see here Darius versus Cat, and you could see like the complete different art style compared to what they first showed. So yeah, we should be getting more news. At least I'm hoping we do get more news later this week at Evo. But yeah, definitely very much looking forward to it. I don't know if it's going to be a character for me. It's going to be one of those ones where I will play every character and whatever it suits me. And we all know how indecisive I am with fighting games, especially. Like, oh, it took so long to like settle on a character or two with the ENVduel, and even with Guilty Gear months ago. Like Guilty Gear, I started off with freaking Geo. Then I went to like Ram, then I went to Mei, and then I wound up settling with Kai. But then after the DLC came out, I wound up playing Testament and Baiken, so it's just like I'm all over the place. But yeah, very much looking forward to more updates in the future. Hopefully we do get more at Evo later this week. I will be co-streaming it, watching it, especially the top 8s and checking out the announcements that will be there, so hopefully everybody tunes in for that. But yeah, it's cool to see a little update. Nothing too crazy, but it's always nice. It's always a pleasure to see it. Not only confirm free to play, but also a pseudo announcement, I guess. Very early announcement of their new character, despite not being any gameplay of it. But yeah, definitely looking forward to it. And hopefully we get like a beta soon. Oh my god, I can't wait.